Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to a little bit of a different video. Actually, let me turn myself down just a hair, just a little bit there. That's much better. To a slightly different video. Today we're talking about a event that I recently I don't want to say partook in because I didn't. I attended, spectated in, and that was one of the races that was part of the SRO Motorsports Group World Tour. This event was at Road America in Elkhart Lake / Plymouth. It's really Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. And it's a interesting, at least new to me, I don't know how long they've been around for, but it's a new to me racing league that gives you everything from, like you can see on the website here, all of your GT classes, GT2, GT3, GT4, touring cars. They have an esports league. They participate in the FIA, so if you're snobby like that, you can do that, and they've got other stuff also. But what really kind of sets apart, at least in my experience, SRO from some of the other FIA sanctioned events, and no slant to, or slight against the FIA, I was just kind of a joke about the snootiness before, but the unfettered access to cars, paddocks, and maybe it's a mix of Road America being a relatively open, unrestricted track, combined with the accessibility that SRO and the Fanatic GT2 and GT3 World Tour gave. But that's what this video is about. So we started out our journey at Road America for rounds 9 and 10 of the GT World Challenge, August 16th through 18th, 2024. And we upgraded to the SRO premium parking, which gives you just a couple other things, among which the highlights are preferred parking. You can see here where we're coming in. That is as close of parking as you will ever get at Road America for the price, and we'll get into total pricing as well towards the end, as well as a parade lap. Now, it's not a fast parade lap. I don't think I broke like highway speed limits, like county highway speed limits. Definitely not interstate speed limits on this lap, but it's still cool to get your own personal vehicle out on Road America at a slower speed. Now, mind you, if you're a local, Road America offers open track days, racing sessions where you can take your own car out there. But if you're, you know, an out-of-towner and you actually want to get on the track when it's full of people, and, you know, drive at 50 miles an hour, you can certainly do that. Now, before we hop into this quick overview video, I do want to point out that all of the photos and videos used in this video are mine. If I do find something that I think should be featured, I will heavily annotate it, either via voiceover like I'm doing now, or with text on screen. If you don't see or hear that, assume every photo and video that you're seeing is something I was able to take with a general admission ticket. Second of all, this video is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. All opinions are mine. You guys really thought I'd get a sponsorship from SRO? Come on. So that lets me be as positive or negative as I want about certain things, whether it be about the track, about the event, that sort of thing. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So as you see in my garbage quality dash camera footage, it gets better, I promise. We were able to essentially pull right up. We were parked immediately next to Victory Lane. There was our little fenced-in parking area, and then on the other side of that fence to the left of this shot is Victory Lane. So if that gives you any semblance of how close we were to all of the action going on, it's extremely close. In addition to that, there was a tenant in the parking area we were in to, one, make sure that cars who weren't supposed to be there didn't go there, but also just kind of generally watching over our cars. There were some nicer cars there, mine not included, but there was an M4 competition, a couple of GR Supras, a guy with a really loud Mustang GT350. I wanted to say GT500. There were two GT350s actually, but anyway, some nice cars. So car security assured. Not so much the case for the folks on the other side of the fence as us. And, you know, again, primo parking. Don't have to worry about getting there early to get a good spot. You just roll up, roll in, and get into the action. Anyway, immediately after parking, we were able to see some of the Gazoo Racing North American Cup cars rolling by for their open practice, which was an immediate green flag, immediate cool thing. I know they're just GR86s, but it was the fact of, oh, these are actual cars competing in one of the championship races of today, and they're just driving past us casually. Now, I did end up staying through the entire GR North America Cup, and surprisingly and fortunately, all of the cars in that cup did manage to go over 85 miles an hour, and none of them caught on fire. So if you're looking for a GR Gazoo Racing title car, keep it to either the Mark V Supra or the GR86. If you know, you know. So after a quick bathroom break following our road trip, I wanted to head over to the GT3 section of the paddock. And again, I was blown away by the amount of unfettered access to the cars, the crews, the drivers, even if they were out and about. We were dodging R8s and AMG GTs and Porsche 911s on the way in and out of there. And short of actually, getting in and sitting inside of the cars, you could ask crews if you could look at X, Y, Z on the car, and if they weren't busy working on it, they'd say, yeah, and they'd, invite you to come talk, show you certain non-proprietary things on their car, little Easter eggs, that sort of thing. Everyone was super friendly. One of the 911 crews I kept getting in the way of on accident, super apologizing, like, nah, man, we're chilling. And I was like, no, you're the ones doing work. They're like, nah, dude, we're chilling now. So after a quick spin around the GT3 paddock, I had a little bit of time to kill before going to the drivers' meeting for the parade lap. And we decided to get out and explore the track a little bit. Found a nice perched up spot in the shade out in Turn 5, which is arguably one of the better corners to watch for action at Road America. You can see both Turn 5 and Turn 14 from the area that we were at, so that was pretty cool. And then we headed back to the grandstands. Back at the grandstands, it was late morning, so we decided to grab a little bit of food, and that's when we got hit with our first spat of rain. Now, if I go back to my dash cam footage from when we first pulled in, do you see that little pointy gazebo-looking building? That was one of the primary food vendors. There was the vendor we ended up going to. There's several spread around the track, but that was the one closest to where we were at. So it started to rain heavily, and instead of, trying to find shelter and huddle in with the masses, we just made a beeline back for my car, and we ate in there. It was great. Again, primo parking. You can't beat it. It comes more in handy than just being a lazy American who doesn't want to walk. So after the rain went from a steady, heavy downpour to a more steady drizzle/mist, we made our way back out towards the pit lane exit. On the way there, I got to see one of the Flying Lizard Aston Martins kissed something. I don't know what, but it was definitely a front end that needed to be swapped out before the actual race. But once we made it to the pit lane exit, I was blown away by the rooster tails coming off the cars. Now, I didn't get really any good photos or videos of it, but I've never seen rooster tails that big, and I'm sure there are open wheel cars that do bigger rooster tails and that sort of thing. I've just never seen it in person. Another thing I thought was pretty interesting was if you look at some of my stills, or maybe you can see it in my videos, just the difference between the dryness of the racing line of the track where the cars are going past versus off of the racing line where there's borderline almost standing water on the asphalt. So then the GT3 and GT4 cars came back in from their practice and headed back to Tech. I was able to hang out for a little bit to watch the GR86 League lineup. They decided to depart under Race Control's suggestion, or I guess demand, of a safety car, which does make sense. Lets the drivers kind of feel out the track, see where wet spots are. Especially at Road America, you do get little pockets of standing water, and even on a wet compound tire, you're going to probably hydroplane at those speeds. So, made sense. After which, I had to take a good chunk of time out of actually being a spectator to go to the driver's briefing. Then we all went and staged up to actually do our lap out on the track. So while waiting for my parade lap, I missed it in person, but I got to see the aftermath on the back of a tow truck. Iglesias and the number 77 Elantra took a big ol' hit, I believe from, was it Kaplan and the number 18 BMW? I can't remember. But nonetheless, didn't get to see the action, but I did see the poor Elantra get hauled back on the back of a flatbed. No pictures or videos because I was, again, prepping for the parade lap, but that was pretty cool to see. I did want to give big kudos to Celso Neto and the number 22 Acura Integra for back-to-back wins this weekend, man. Pretty good, pretty good. First place on race 1 and 2, so good job there. So then it was time for the parade lap. Now, I unfortunately got stuck behind a big old slow, heavy Mercedes GLE 300, an all-wheel drive one at that. The driver, which you'll see in the footage, was largely unfamiliar with the track, unfamiliar with the racing line, or just general dynamics, or general car dynamics, but it's okay. It wasn't about going fast. It was about getting out during an internationally broadcast event. Again, I understand that this was the America tour, but I still went out to everyone, anywhere who wanted to watch it. So that was pretty neat. We didn't make it on TV in any official capacity. If you look hard enough, there's times at the end of the first touring car race where you can see all of us lined up there and staged just outside of turn 4, or I guess just inside of turn 14. I've looked. You can't quite see my car. You can see the roof of it in a blurry sweeping shot as they film Neto going on to his victory lap. But nonetheless, this was a cool experience, and I definitely recommend it. After that, I believe, was the GT America Race 1. Surprise, the rain came back. So we retreated back to the car again. Again, super cool having that quick access to cover should you need it. And air conditioning, too, if you really need it. Don't recommend idling your car for long periods of time, but I might have that day. So we did that. Caught some of the GT3 cars going out to the pit lane. I was going to say staging lane. They were in the staging lane going to the pit lane, which was the race I was most interested in. Once they did that, we went off to pick up some gifts. And then that was about it. We ended up calling it quits just a little bit early. No harm, no foul. It was still a great day. So, but yeah, that was my I guess review, if you will, of the Fanatic GT World Tour. I'll see if I can actually take this 12 minutes of audio that I have and make it a concise sort of video without too many photo or video breaks. Okay, so I've spent all this time talking up and up and up the event. How much did it cost me, right? You think you see a GT3 level event with multiple different disciplines at a track as big as Road America, and you probably are thinking big dollars. I'm not going to factor in gas or food or anything like that because it's all subjective. You could live 2 minutes away, you could live 20 hours away and have to fly in. That's going to be a cost differential. Just talking the tickets, I spent $166 even for everything. So what did that $166 get me? It was two $45 general admission tickets, which I got them for $45 instead of the standard $55 because I ordered them early. And by early, I mean like a week in advance. And then in addition to that, there was an extra, it was a $76 upgrade to get into the SRO, parking, the parade lap, the special swag. They had a little drinks and food table for us there. So $166 for 2 people to go. And that is just for one day, I should point out. That was just for Saturday. But for a full day of fun, I think it's like a 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. gate open to close. You're talking a full 12 hours of doing whatever you want, basically wherever you want. Unfettered access to the cars, all the events, all of the seating, you name it, for $166. In the world of motorsports, that's pretty damn good. I was looking at Grid Life tickets because at the end of July, Grid Life was up at Road America, and we'll just say their tickets were way more expensive. Now, I have no idea what Grid Life is like. I've never been. It looks cool, but they're definitely far more expensive just for general admission tickets, and I don't know if you get the same amount of access as you would in Grid Life. I would kind of expect it. I've been to other smaller drift events where, again, you're walking through the pits and stuff like that. But I'm not here to compare events. I'm here to tell you about the one that I went to. And I think it's fantastic. So if you have the means to go to the next, not Kazoo Racing, the next Fanatic GT World Challenge event nearest to you, I couldn't recommend it enough. And that's essentially it. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully, it was enjoyable. It's a little bit different, a little bit off-brand for the channel, so it is what it is. But anyway, thank you guys for watching / listening, and I will catch you in the next video. And as always, take it easy.